Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of me reviewing Nintendo Power. I don't have a catchy name yet, but that's okay. So today I'm looking at volume 10, which has Batman on the cover. I've got Jack Nicholson's Joker here. That's a blast from the past right there. Now, this is another issue that I've never had a chance to read before until now. I just got this from a friend of mine in Virginia, so we're going to take a look at it, and I'm excited. First time I'm opening these pages, okay? So you're going to follow along with me. It's going to be awesome. Oh wow. First page. Right away. We've got this rad to the max gentleman in some kind of astronaut jacket. He's ready to launch into space and play NES games. Got a really cool letter here that I want to read. It's about Marty, who's 11 and has a sweet bowl cut, as you can see here. The letter says, "I'm writing to inform you of a Nintendo standout here in Northern California. My oldest son, Marty. Marty recently turned 11 and is the oldest of 5 brothers. Marty received Zelda 2 and worked on it only on the weekends, as that's the rule around here. That's right, kids. Only play games on the weekends. Do your homework. It's a good policy to have, I think. Of course, it also makes the weekdays a little more torturous, but put that aside. It'll pay off later in life. Back to the letter. He needed one more item to move on to the final stages. Well, one day his younger brother pushed the wrong button and the rest is history." Wait, what? I think his younger brother deleted his save game. That's awful. This happened to all of us though, I think. I mean, I don't have any siblings, but I have had friends come over and delete my game, so how do you do something like that by accident? Anyway, Marty was reluctant to start again, but within one day he had zoomed back to where he was. Power of perseverance right there. After one phone call to your game counselors, he won the game. Then he wanted to see how fast he could win it again. 42 minutes later, he did, what? This kid Marty beat Zelda 2 in 42 minutes on his second try. Marty, if you're out there and you see this, Marty from Northern California, I want to talk to you about this because I'm calling BS on this, okay? So find some time from taking care of your wife and your children. I want to talk to you about this letter, okay? Something about it something rotten in Denmark. The amazing thing about Marty is that he enjoys teaching the other kids on the block. Our house usually has at any given time a dozen or so neighbor boys in it. What? Oh my god, my friend's over here laughing. Are you okay, buddy?
I'm good.
You're good? Alright, okay, we're good.
Define neighbor boys.
Yeah. They all take turns and encourage one another to reach new heights of winning their games. Marty is even patient with the little ones and tells them to keep going. Good job! Oh,
it's so wrong, but so right.
I know. Marty is even patient with the little ones and tells them to keep going and good job. So he's nice, that's cool. Everyone looks up to Marty. These parents are way too kind. I'm sure there's someone who has a problem with Marty. Live TV, folks, live TV. He helps cultivate good sportsmanship, boosts self-esteem, and has gained a lot of self-confidence and self-worth from the NES. That's a great letter. I mean, it's great to see the NES getting some props because so many parents back then were all like, video games are evil, you shouldn't play them. You know, school officials, you talk about video games at school. I did. I would talk about video games at school all the time. And the teachers would be like, why is he talking about these video games? They're violent, they don't teach you anything. But they do teach you stuff. They teach you, spatial awareness. I think I'm a better driver today from playing so many video games that taught me how to be aware of space and not bump into things. Geometry and, math and just different skills that are actually good for you. Reading. If you play a lot of role-playing games, they teach you how to read. I also want to point out Jeff Gilkey from Crocker, Missouri, who is age 16, and he does not look like a 16-year-old. He looks like he's about 30. We've got the Sunsoft Batman, The Search for Joker, Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, good stuff. Great game too. Got the old bat suit. Look at that iconic bat suit. Joker's on the run, yeah. The making of Super Mario Bros. 3, a behind-the-scenes look, where it all began. This is new enemies. We got the Tanuki suit, we got the frog suit, we got the raccoon suit. We got Super Mario Bros. 3. It's on the way. It's awesome. Everybody's excited about it. Game designer profile Shigeru Miyamoto. Super young right here. This is 30 years ago. Shigeru Miyamoto. Look at this guy. He's adorable. Just an adorable man right there. And still making awesome games 30 years later. Double Dragon 2. He's still trying to rescue Marion because, you know, she gets kidnapped all the time. I don't know. More terrible artwork. So we have not yet gotten to the point where we're hiring professional artists for this magazine. Super Spike V-Ball, the early predecessor to Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. Clash of Demon Head. This actually made it into Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That was the name of the band, I believe. River City Ransom. I love the way the font here is like a ransom note font. That's really, really cool right there. Top 30 list. Guess what's on top this month? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES with 10,000 votes. That's 50 times more votes than the number one had in the first issue. So they've come quite a long way in 10 issues, subscriber-wise. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, number 2. That's surprising. Zelda 2 and Mario 2 are a distant second and third place behind Ninja Turtles. That actually shows you how big Ninja Turtles was back in the late 80s. It was so huge, like the early 90s. Got an ad for Nintendo Gear and Stuff, and it's literally called Gear and Stuff. And we've got this rad to the max dude with a very 80s outfit on, and he's doing something. I'm not sure what he's doing here. It looks like he's prancing, or I don't know. He's either prancing or he's stalking, like he's sneaking up on someone. You know, he's like, and he's got this weird smile on his face. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's really malevolent. It's "Be cool in school" with this Nintendo Power T-shirt. You can do handstands just like this guy with his rad to the max leather jacket. It's surprising how few children there are in these ads, because you'd think that this magazine would be geared more towards kids, but most of the people in these ads are teenagers. So, but maybe that is their way of gearing it towards kids, because kids look at that and they go, oh, I want to be like these cool teenagers. They're a few years older than me, you know. So maybe that's the point. We got this dude doing handstands. You know, look at how rad this is. All right, we're gonna move on. We got this kid doing like the Steve Austin arms raised right there. Got some action party gear featuring Mario. Got the Mario birthday cake, Mario sleeping bags, Mario umbrellas, Mario red hot corduroy racing jump shoot. Man, I totally love that. Ugh. Mario red hot corduroy racing jump shoot. Nintendo Game Boy. Game Boy has arrived on the scene. This was my first system. Save the magical mushroom worlds in Super Mario Bros. 3. We got guides all of the new suits. Surprising lack of maps, probably because this is a preview. They haven't actually gotten to their release of the game yet, so they're not going to have maps for it until it's actually out. We got new kinds of blocks. We got mushroom worlds. We got treasure ships. We got new ways to move and attack. You can stomp, you can fire, you can swat, you can hammer, you can kick. What? You have more tricks and items than ever, Mario. Hurry up and save the world. What the hell? What the hell are you? My God. Barai Fighter. Don't know that game. Game I cannot pronounce. But moving on. Dino Wars. Howard and Nestor comics. These were like the first comic strips that Nintendo did. They ran for a long time. Very popular too. Nestor is like the mascot of Nintendo at that point. He's a little bit of a dick, but we kind of grew up with him, so you know, he's our dick, really. Howard, on the other hand, I think he's an editor for Nintendo Power. So two of them would get into zany adventures. Counselor's Corner now has the actual pictures of the game counselors that are answering the questions, and they all look very 80s. And we have their hobbies. This guy's hobbies are video game, just video game, not video games, just video game. So it's just one game that's his hobby. We don't know what it is, but he really likes that one game. Jeff Hazard. Jeff Hazard, perfect name for this guy. His hobbies are skiing, dirt bikes, drawing, and weightlifting. He's also got a sweet mullet. Ooh, Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes is an amazing game. It's a game for people who love America. Ooh, Packwatch Super C, the sequel to Contra, is on the way. That's something to get excited about right there. In the next issue, Super Mario Bros. 3. Man, Super Mario Bros. 3 is going to dominate probably the next 10 issues of this magazine, if I had to guess. That was such a huge game at the time. Like, I didn't even have a game system when Super Mario Bros. 3 came out. I was a little kid. But I remember everyone at my school, that was all they talked about for a while, was Super Mario Bros. 3. It was an amazing phenomenon at the time. So yeah, that was volume 10 of Nintendo Power. Not a lot has changed since volume 1, so, which is good, because I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? So it's a fun read, and not a whole lot to say about this one actually, but definitely enjoy reading it nonetheless. So thank you for joining me for volume 10 of Nintendo Power, and like, subscribe, tune in for more Nintendo Power reviews, and have a great day. This was like a thick, meaty issue.